Well, they say good things comes to those that wait, and we have certainly been patiently waiting for this game to kick off. The Western Sydney Wanderers and Central Coast Mariners players all having to wait an hour because we had a rain delay, but good things are going to come. We are going to expect an entertaining game between two sides who are desperate to get back onto the winners' table and get back to where they would like to be this season. As we take a look, and this is after last night's game between the Melbourne City and Brisbane Roar. As you can see, Central Coast Mariners are sitting outside of the top six at the moment, but if they're able to get a win this afternoon, they'll get themselves back into the top six. And for the Western Sydney Wanderers, they sit at the bottom of the league table, but if they can get a win, they'll get back once again over their crosstown rivals, Sydney FC. So important 3 points, particularly for the Wanderers if they want to keep in touch at all with the top six, and for the Mariners to make sure they keep in touch as they're struggling a little bit as this season goes on. But as we see, everybody there, they all seem pretty happy, even though they had to wait a little bit. They certainly love the football and they love being at the Wanderers Park. Big afternoon of football awaits us all. And those Central Coast Mariners fans making the journey down as well. It's been a busy period for Western Sydney Wanderers, less so for Central Coast Mariners. Haven't played for 8 days. Western Sydney Wanderers have played 3 games in the last 7, and they'll enjoy this break after. But not too far away from kickoff. And as we see, all the players ready and waiting to come out, ready to kickstart this contest. An important 3 points up for grabs. Had a busy weekend of football. Top of the cable clash. A chance for the Mariners to break back into the 6. Amy Harrison seems to be all smiles, not affected by the rain at all. Sophie Harding, Julie Dolan medalist as well in the line. It's a long walk out from the gate into the middle of the park, but we will have a moment of silence before this game kicks off, as we've had with every game throughout this weekend of football. At the passing of Stefan Commands, who was Football Australia Hall of Famer and the former CEO of Sydney FC. So we will take a moment of silence before kick-off to honour his life and his contributions to the game of football in Australia. Does look like we will get started very soon here at Wanderers Park. And we will have our referees this afternoon, Sarah Jones, Lauren Hargrave, Alyssa Clipsham, and fourth official Sam Kelly, who will be our refereeing crew. Amy Harrison and Bianca Galich, all smiles, a lot of laughs. And we'll take a look at our starting lineups this afternoon for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Jeff Abrams makes 3 changes to his side that fell to the Phoenix during the midweek. Keely Segovic comes in to replace Sham Karmas, who had a red card in that game. Liv Price and Ella Buchanan also make a return to the 11. Anna Harada and Amelia Kassar return to the matchday squad and start on the bench this afternoon. And there is Segovic for Western Sydney Wanderers. Big shoes to fill with Sham Karmas unavailable in this contest. She played the majority of the last game against Wellington Phoenix. She conceded 3 goals, but it was a dominant performance from the Phoenix. A really tough game and some really thriller goals we saw there. But her first ever start in this competition. So some pressure on her shoulders, but I'm sure her teammates have got around her for her big starting debut. And for the Central Coast Mariners, M. Husband names an unchanged 11 that lost to Adelaide 8 days ago. Bianca Galich once again starts in defence, and Jade Pennick leads the line. Peter Trimitz once again starts on the bench alongside Leah Puxty and Tiana Fuller. And if you are confused why Bianca Galich is in centre defence, that's a lot of the injury issues that the Central Coast Mariners have had. They've just had to make do with what they have. But there is Annalise Rasmussen, number 11 for the Central Coast Mariners. Big shoes to fill. They've had issues defensively with injury, but they've been a solid defensive team. The issue's been up front and scoring goals. Rasmussen's got 3 goals to her name this season. They've struggled. They haven't scored more than 2 goals in a game since November, but she is certainly a player who's capable of getting on the score sheet. And against the Western Sydney Wanderers defence, who are certainly susceptible to conceding goals as the games go out, they aren't one of the strongest defences. So something that Rasmussen could exploit, but something Jeff Abrams will be hoping that doesn't happen this afternoon. 3 games, 8 days. It's been a busy period of time for him as the interim coach. Obviously, Robbie Hooker departed the club a few weeks ago. A lot on his shoulders. He certainly likes to get his first win, and we are underway with the Wanderers kicking us off. That ball's cleared immediately out of play, but this must be difficult for Jeff Abrams to come in with this squad, obviously a part of the staff already anyway, but to implement your ideas and trying to get this side a lot of morale and get them motivated, and her husband also having to keep her side motivated. They've been really, really injury struck as this season has gone on, losing players and just kind of losing steam. But they just need to hold strong as they kind of build back into this season and get some goals and some points on the board. And as you see, the Mariners try to play it out. There is Taylor Ray. And lost out that time, couldn't retain possession. This is either going to be one of the most fast-paced games of football we see all season, or it's going to be quite tactical. Maybe even Taylor Ray may have swapped with Bianca Galich to be in the defence. It's where she positions herself at the moment, and Galich is more situated in the midfield, so it may have been a change from M. Husband. Switching it around. Ray tries to switch it long, looking for Shay Evans to make the run, but eventually cleared away. Price went for it, didn't come down with the ball that time, and foul's called. So set piece opportunity for Jade Pennick and the Central Coast Mariners. Just poor touch initially, and then absolutely clattered by Ella Buchanan. Jade Pennick on loan from Birmingham City. Sarah Jones just still getting the bearings of the spray. Maybe that's rain affected as well. First test for Segovic. Ray curling it in, got some runners there. Rasmussen couldn't time it, but that was a good ball, very inviting. Right idea. Rasmussen, as we said, a player to watch in this game. A real central threat forward. Martin took a slip. Sylvester on the ball, but one back by the Mariners. And Price going down the line. Push LaRue. And LaRue had gone a little bit too early in the end. Push LaRue. I think she's certainly top 5 when we rank names in this competition. She's up there. Got a lot of contenders. Lourdes Bosch. At the moment, I think she's a 2-season title for Kush LaRue. Nash. Able to stay in play. This is what the Mariners like to do. They want to be patient. They want to build through. Ray smart on the ball, finds Evans, slips momentarily, can't come through the traffic with the ball. Silvestre. Hasn't she had a good season so far? Individually, 5 goals to her name. Scored a hat-trick, and that ball's too far out of reach for Kush LaRue. Talia Younis on screen.
Just right where you pick it up then. That's perfect. That's fine. That's a yard.
Martin searching for Pennick. Younis coming to cut off that run. Given away cheaply, Nunn looking for a passing options. Tries to split it through for Pennick, not able to do so, but it will return back. And will stay with the Mariners.
Good side! Good side! Love that!
Taylor Ray. Imagine we'll see a lot of this as the game continues. Wanderers having to sit in their defensive structure, not allow the Mariners to find little pockets of space to work through and kind of work through on the counter. Silvestre, that's a good switch out. See if Harding has gone a little bit too early. The flag hasn't gone up, still Harding, cuts it back, and then Younis got too far underneath the ball. Potentially they were thinking, could there have been a flag? But it was a good switch of play from Sienna Silvestre to see the run of Sophie Harding, and then Younis maybe had a little bit more time than she realised. And there was a Jessica Nash who was looming very closely. Harrison. The Mariners will apply pressure, so it's going to be really important for the Wanderers to be cautious but quick with their decision-making, as that pressure is just a little bit too intense from Bianca Galich.
Love that!
Yes, Younis was pushed, and then Shay Evans just came in really strong, charging through. She's all smiles about it. Don't think Talia Younis is all smiles about it. She's in a world of pain on the ground, but came in and clattered straight through. Oh, such a great opportunity. That's very dangerous from Shay Evans. Quite early on. Has to be careful. You don't want to get a yellow card so early in this contest and you feel like you're under pressure. Can't make the challenges you want to, but Talia Younis certainly came off that the worst of the two. Evans probably a little bit lucky not to get a yellow booking for that. You may remember Talia Younis was record breaker, youngest player to ever play in the competition.
Why not?
As that ball slips through and Langman
Be aware.
able to see it.
Come on,
Be a big second half of this season for Jeff Abrams to kind of set his structure in place. Obviously, wait and see if he is going to be the full-time coach for the Western Sydney Wanderers next season. But it's about building good habits for a side that have struggled in recent seasons, as that ball tried to find its way through to Evans. Now Younis got a little bit of space, but they've got runners coming back in Sarah Rowe. Evans closing down. Nunn not able to collect the ball. Price comes away with it. Gets past one. Can't get past the second. They want to play quickly here, the Mariners. Nunn got Rasmussen up ahead on the left-hand side. And Pennick had to come back to retrieve it, but they can make it work.
Stay on feet. Delay.
Forced around now. Rasmussen takes the effort, and first save from Segovic.
Talia, quicker, yeah? Quicker.
Worth taking a strike from out there was curling, but seen the whole way through.
Good.
And Kush LaRue not able to retain possession. Pennick. That's a smart play from Jade Pennick, and that strike across goal from Bianca Galich. Wide attempt, but Pennick created space. Galich attacked it, just couldn't find the far post.
It's just, if you're the only option,
Maybe in that moment she would have wished she was right-footed, and there it slots into the net for Brooke Nunn. A sloppy mistake. She does the night-night like Steph Curry. And that's a poor goal to give away from the Western Sydney Wanderers. Brooke Nunn. They're playing out from the back, and Gemma Ferris getting a player in trouble, and Segovic tried to play it back, and then easy as you like. That's really unfortunate for the Wanderers' defence to put them in a situation like that. And that's Brooke Nunn's first goal of the season, and what a way to get it.
Central Coast Mariners scored by number 21, Brooke Nunn.
Silvestre. So now it's a test of the Wanderers' reaction. And Steele in this game would not have liked to have had that happen so early in the game, particularly the confidence of a young keeper. Hooligan playing it out to Rowe. Hooligan once again. They're going to try the other side now. Pressure from behind from Chisari on Galich, but Galich got away. Nunn giving instruction, slipping it through to Pennick. Heavy touch. Pennick couldn't find Rasmussen, but the reflection got it back. Ray steps in. Pennick wanted to go for that long-range effort, blocked though. Nunn. Well defended by Jessica Nash. Jess Nash making the move in the off-season from Melbourne Victory. Playing at centre-back far more. She's more of a full-back last season for Victory. But she's been really, really good so far this season. Part of one of the best defences in the competition. And blocking that attempt also. But Brooke Nunn, first goal, joining her 1 assist so far this season. She's been disruptive up front, just hasn't been able to find the back of the net, and that chance, she slotted away. Didn't really probably know too much about it in the end. Jade Pennick, can she double the lead for the Mariners as they charge forward? And like she was teeing up at the driving range, and that just kept lifting and lifting. Certainly had the right to take the shot, but just sliced through it, and it just kept on going. Kush LaRue coming really deep to help out her side. Price now, closed down by Evans, has to turn.
Move it, keep it moving, keep it moving.
Ferris. And that slipped behind Segevcic and just wide of goal. It's nervy moments for the youngster. It really will be a time and really important for somebody the likes of Amy Harrison, who is in her defense, to maybe have a chat to her, just calm her nerves, settle her down. Obviously, it is a slippery pitch, and just losing the side of the ball just for a moment and narrowly avoiding a second goal. But big game for the young 22-year-old. That's deep into the far post. Harding not able to come away with it. Galic with a long-range effort and a good save from Segevcic. And that will lift her confidence. Ray. Quilligan. And right idea from Annabelle Martin, just couldn't catch the ball to really lift, but they're starting to feel a lot more confidence, the Mariners. They're going to have a lot more possession. And if you're the Wanderers, you cannot be giving the ball away cheaply in your defensive third. Have to make it as difficult as possible for the Mariners. They sit 10th in the competition, Western Sydney Wanderers, when it comes to goals conceded. They average about 2 goals per game as the season has gone on. They're a very all-or-nothing sort of side when it comes to scoring goals themselves. And this right here, Segevcic, they were trying to play out, and then Ferris felt the initial pressure from Nunn, and then Segevcic, to be fair to her, didn't have a lot of passing options, either short where Liv Price was quite far out, and Amy Harrison was also blocked by Jade Pennick. So it was probably a poor pass from her centre back that put her under way too much pressure, but a chance to get this game level. Harding got Silvestre running alongside her and losing out to Quilligan. Thought she was fouled. Referee disagreed. Ray. Martin got Nunn making the run forward, and that pass too close to Harrison. Chisari, Price, Evans once again came clattering in. Evans is going to make her presence felt certainly in this game, and Price is still on the ground. Evans had every right to go for the ball. Danica Matos having a word, and just that follow through.
Stay with it, stay in the game.
As she was coming down, Olivia Price, that shoulder, maybe feeling the full brunt of the force, but Evans certainly had every right to go for the ball, made contact with the ball. It's just that follow through. It's just quite unfortunate.
We're doing a good job of blocking it, so we can't find it.
Yes, generally stay high.
I just heard them say they're trying to show me.
Let's take a look at this incident again from Price. Evans got the ball first and then just took that right knee. He just got spun around. But if you could just hear Jeff Abrams having a conversation with some of his players and Gemma Ferris about that goal and that incident that has them 1 goal down at the moment. Quite unfortunate. Just it is some of the workarounds in kind of those learning steps you've got to make as the game goes on when you're trying to play out from the back, what passes to make, when to make them, when not to make them. And just Ferris felt that pressure from Nunn. It was a really good strategic press, and then just really unfortunate the decision making in terms of the pass after, but learning moment. There's still plenty of time in this game to recover. Galich. Good pressure applied. And couldn't retain possession that time. Buchanan. Harrison swing and a miss, none. Pennick. Evans making the run on the far side, couldn't get it. Martin brought it down. Buchanan knocked it away, back to Martin. Losing her footing momentarily, and Silvestre immediately closed down by Quilligan. Harding dragged centrally. Ferris under pressure from Pennick. Back to her keeper. Now Harrison, a chance to reset. Price wanted to play quickly, but immediately blocked. Martin. Pennick. Trying something fancy, just didn't come off, but you could see the idea. Evans was making the run through.
Safe, go, safe, come on, come on!
Evans. Quilligan.
Good, Brooke. Good, Brooke. That's okay, good. Keep working laterally. A little bit higher, Brooke. Good.
Safe, safe, you need to do the work there.
Rasmussen. Rasmussen not able to bring it down. It's a great switch. Besegic, quick off her line. It was a beautiful ball, well weighted over Buchanan, and then keeper quick to react, quick off the line, quick to disrupt.
We drop off deep. Come on, pick 'em up.
Nunn fighting with Price, winning the fight, and then dragged down.
Put out the hands. Put out the hands first. Be aware.
Brooke Nunn, Liv Price, certainly players who aren't afraid of the tussle, afraid to make it physical. Quilligan, Nunn. Switching it to Evans. Is that ball too strong? It may just sit up. Sent across. No runners coming. Harrison says no thank you. We'll set up for a corner. That ball, maybe potentially because of that rain, that ball just sat a little bit and allowed Evans to get on the end of it, but I think everybody may have expected it just go slightly long, and nobody made that run through the middle. Played short to Ray. Nash coming to overlap. Martin just got a pocket of space by herself, able to curl it in. Rasmussen right there. Punched away. The follow-up effort from Quilligan. Quilligan! Over the top. Makes it a second. And that's the second for the Central Coast Mariners. Tess Quilligan getting her first goal. Took a strike at it. Couldn't get it the first time, tried it low, went high, and got the reward. Not really much the keeper could have done. Got fingertips to it, but couldn't poke it away far enough. Tess Quilligan making it 2 for the Central Coast Mariners, and now, as I mentioned at the start, they haven't scored 2 goals since November, and now they've got it quite early on in this game. Western Sydney Wanderers are certainly in danger of this game going very far away from them very, very quickly if they aren't able just to get their defensive shape a little bit more secure, and that ball back just has to be cleared by Ferris.
He won the ball.
Off the line, bro. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, slide it.
Quilligan, goal scorer. First ever goal in this competition, and what a way to get it. Pennick couldn't bring the ball with her. Price slipping it through for Harding. Nash went to ground. Eunice.
Jake, head down.
That's a smart touch from Silvesca, and it's forced wide. But it will be a corner. First real time we've seen the Wanderers get that far forward.
Go to the corner.
Sienna Silvesca. If there is any player who's able to create some magic, create a moment, get a spark for her side, she's certainly capable of that. That's a dangerously curling ball, but always out of the field of play. Silvesca spent last season with Sydney FC. Didn't get as much game time as maybe she was expecting, and then made her return back to the club where she started her career with the Western Sydney Wanderers and got her first goal. And as I've mentioned, season so far for her, it's been pretty good. Taylor Ray, former Sydney FC teammate of Silvesca's. Pennick dragged down by Harrison. And just leaving her foot in there, Amy Harrison. Galich. Ray. Galich. Evans continuing the run, and the ball continuing out of the field of play. It's not a promising sign for the Western Sydney Wanderers. In every game they've conceded first, they have lost every single one of those games. That's 6 of them so far. Will today be a 7th, or can they make a comeback and change their fortunes?
Come on, hey! Stick with it! Come on, keep working!
Trying to give some words of encouragement. Jeff Abrams. It is always tough and must be for players when you're in a half and you're not really having a lot of possession and you feel like you're under siege, constantly attacking waves coming at you, just to mentally stay in it, to stay focused, win some battles, build some momentum. Takes real character, particularly from a young team. Going to have to really dig in this half, maybe get something out of it, get a goal back, and then work themselves back into this game in the second. There's still so much time and so much football left, but you feel the momentum constantly against you. It must be really, really tough. Nunn losing out to Harrison. Quilligan picks it off in the midfield. Evans losing possession to Silvesca. Eunice doesn't have many options ahead, tries to slip it to Harding.
Work! Talia, work! Talia!
That ball over the top misses Pennick.
Don't
Nunn.
stop!
Quilligan thought there was a foul, the Wanderers fans, but the referee disagrees. Rasmussen. Nunn. Will she find a pass or find a shot? Loses possession. Martin sends it back. Pennick pokes at it. And she's offside anyway. Wouldn't have counted if she found them back of the net.
Pricey, move! Pricey, move! Good, come on. Keep the ball for us. Keep the ball.
Shari potentially held back. Nunn. Nunn. Quilligan. Nunn. She's continuing to find space, Brooke Nunn. And Danica Matos just sending it out to touch. Galich under pressure, retaining possession. Tried to switch, couldn't lift it over. So far, Central Coast Mariners have had 5 shots on target in this game. The season average per 90 minutes is 4. And we're only 30 minutes into this contest. Nunn took the bump and took the ball with her. Quilligan. Ray playing it long, playing it wide, and Martin couldn't control it. Harrison sends it down the line. And there's certainly some hands in the back of Kush LaRue. They retain possession, even with the contact. Switching out to Eunice. Can she go for a run? Blocked by Rowe. Now they want to switch to play, the Wanderers. Buchanan. And a heavy touch from Kush LaRue, forcing it out of play. Nicely done to keep that ball in play. Rasmussen applying pressure to Root. Doesn't get any reward for it. Evans. Nunn not able to latch onto that ball. And you might be able to hear Jeff Abrams just constantly talking about his side needing to just keep possession. And just for a couple of minutes, last 15 minutes, it's been an onslaught of pressure from the Central Coast Mariners. They've barely had the ball, and every time they've gone forward, it's been in a counter-attack. And obviously being 2 goals down, his side would certainly love to score a goal, but they need to just kind of stem the flow of constant waves of attack and give themselves a little bit of a breather. They want to play quickly. It's clearly a trait of such a young team. They're hungry to get back in this game, but they just have to stay focused as Shay Evans once again getting in a little bit of argy-bargy with Talia Eunice. Has to be careful. And you can see up there are the clouds coming in. So the rain may join the party here at Wanderers Park. We'll see if it holds off till half-time. Obviously, this game was originally delayed by an hour because of lightning in the area. And if you are just joining the broadcast now, Central Coast Mariners 2 goals up in this contest, courtesy of a Brooke Nunn goal. A little bit of sloppy play defensively getting out of a defensive set from the Western Sydney Wanderers, and Brooke Nunn scoring her first goal of the season and her first goal in the competition. And then Tess Quilligan making it 2-0 following a corner, the rebound effort. Tried it low, didn't get it, tried it high, and then able to get it past Segovic. Her first ever goal in this competition. As well, the Central Coast Mariners, 82% passing accuracy, dominant in possession, dominant in control. It's been all them for 34 minutes.
Good, Razzie! Good, Razzie! Back out, Raz! Back out!
Martin. Rasmussen able to get past Buchanan. Chops it back. Couldn't keep the ball. Stamuru, Silvesca. Quilligan applied the pressure and the ball was coughed up. Galich. That's really nicely worked. Found a pocket of space. Had the right to take the shot. And in the feet of Peniku was offside.
That's a ridiculous score. How does that benefit us? Thank you. D, can we hit D?
Nash has to be mindful. Rasmussen goes down the line and eventually out of play.
We'll take the offside now, huh? This is...
And there's a... The flag was up on the far side, but it's going to be a throw-in. That's what Jeff Abrams and Amy Harrison.
Get it together.
Frustrating game so far for Jeff Abrams and his side. Things just not going their way.
Flick on, central space there. B, higher. Go, B.
Quilligan cut off by Chisari. So side to get moving, get going. Switch the play, and that pass is in between 3 players and didn't find a single one.
Come on, hey, Sienna, what's your job here? Come on, stay with us. Come in now, drop in,
That's easily picked off by Buchanan. Segovic. Evans did well to keep it in play for a side, Quilligan. And Western Sydney Wanderers haven't been able to get a shot off for just over 30 minutes in this game. Sarah Langman might be a little bit bored on the far side. And Rowe playing with fire. Almost caught. And ball was going back to the Wanderers. And just coming through the back was Kush LaRue to Jess Nash. Quilligan goal scorer this afternoon. Positive performance so far from Emma Husband's side. They've needed a positive return in front of goal, and they've got that so far in this game. They're doing the Central Coast Mariners way, dictating the play, controlling possession. Nunn in a fight with Buchanan. And wins her side a corner. Brooke Nunn started her career part of the Arsenal Academy. Certainly the saying is, once a gunner, always a gunner, and we do love the Arsenal Football Club. It's part of the Champions League squad and two-time WSL winner. That ball's curling in and then cleared, and this player down in the box, so it'll be a free kick, and it was Push LaRue. Coming through, Sophie Harding taking a big knock in her face. And the second foul is called, and Silveska's just having a shoving match with Galich. I think Silveska's saying she pulled her hair. Harding's down on the ground. Galich is trying to explain it. Lots of words being said. Annabelle Martin's waving it away. Taking a look again, Galich with that off arm. Don't think it was intentional, but she certainly caught Harding. And then the afters in Silveska and Galich. Bianca Galich just reshifting that captain's armband. They're all smiles for the Central Coast Mariners. Hopefully Sophie Harding is okay. That is always quite a little bit jarring, getting hit in the face at that speed. And there's the first incident. And then the afters, Silveska certainly was tugged by Galich, and then Galich almost certainly grabbed Silveska's hair as she dragged her down. So lots of fouls all round, but the first one being called was that of Sienna Silveska on Bianca Galich. Sophie Harding, they're now on the bench, not on the bench, sorry, on the touchline. Obviously, once the trainer comes on, you have to...
An elbow to the fucking head too.
And just apologies for that language. Sophie Harding explaining what happened. Shirley Dolan medalist. And she did get clean hit in the face. She's back on the field of play, so all good to continue. And that effort wide of goal. And Brooke Nunn, that was a little bit of trickery. May have came from the side of the boot. Not sure how she got that effort away in the end. Sophie Harding still just touching her nose. Hopefully no blood nose. It is going to... Looks like there will be 2 minutes added on at the end of this first half, in which the Central Coast Mariners have basically got everything they wanted. But as things have gone on, Western Sydney Wanderers, the efforts and the types of shots they're conceding, they haven't got as intense, if you would say. They're a little bit further out. Some things they can work on in the second half to build themselves back into this game. It only takes one goal and you're back in it. Eunice, she able to save it? Untimely slip. Tried to work it around Evans. Once again, those two go at it. And just tunneled Sophie Harding on Sarah Rowe. Both went for it, and certainly a shove there on Sarah Rowe. And a shoving match going on there with Amy Harrison and Bianca Gallage, captain on captain crime, in the middle of the park. Just the intensity in the last few minutes certainly intensifying. Amy Harrison maybe didn't like Gallage's challenge on Silvestre earlier, and just having a little bit of payback. There's 2 minutes, that's confirmation. 2 minutes to see out this first 45 minutes of action at Wanderers Park, which was initially delayed by an hour. With lightning in the area, the clouds are looming. Does seem like the rain will join the party very soon, but you may get a clean 45 minutes without the rain. Harrison. Chisari. Under pressure. Forced back to goal. Harrison. They need to be mindful as they work their way through. It's a quick touch. Langman's come a long way out. Haven't seen a lot of Sarah Langman in this first 45 minutes. Buchanan. That's out to touch. Quilligan. Evans blocking the path. Quilligan. Nunn able to turn into space. She can take a shot. She can find Rasmussen, and Rasmussen skies it over the bar. Just rushed the attempt. Got it all wrong. Brooke Nunn has slotted her in. Maybe the angle was quite tight, but surely has to hit the target, force a save. Buchanan picked off by Pennick. Then poked away, but finds Evans. That pass attempt a little bit soft. But that's the close of the first 45 minutes of football here at Wanderers Football Park. Brooke Nunn got the scoring underway, applying the pressure to Gemma Ferris. Ferris just giving it up to Segevcic, and then all confusion there. Nunn slotting it away, and there's Tess Quilligan right behind Brooke Nunn. She's the second goal scorer. All smiles for the Central Coast Mariners. Lots to work on for the Western Sydney Wanderers for the next 45 minutes. But at half-time, it is the Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Central Coast Mariners 2. And it was a lot of the Central Coast Mariners, and this is exactly where it started. Keeper Keely Segevcic passing to Gemma Ferris, and then immediately closed down as she didn't really have a lot of options to play it out. Probably shouldn't have got the return pass from Ferris, who put her keeper under a tremendous amount of pressure. And then Brooke Nunn, first goal of the season. And then Segevcic, another nervy moment early on, and that was probably the last of it we really saw in the first 45. But she just lost sight of the ball, and it was narrowly edging into that far post. Very lucky to get away with it. And Rasmussen just couldn't get her head to that beautiful ball. And then Quilligan followed up with that effort. Tried at the first, didn't get it, but that second effort over the top. Easy as you like, and her first ever goal in this competition. And the second goal of the afternoon for the Central Coast Mariners. And as to expect, it is all the Central Coast Mariners dominating possession, dominating the shots, Mariners, her shot was within under 10 minutes. 4 shots on target, more passes, more passing accuracy. All Central Coast Mariners. Lots to work on for the Western Sydney Wanderers, but still plenty of time for them to get something out of this game. But at halftime, it is the Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Central Coast Mariners 2.
See how I tend to put your front legs up? Yeah, your ball man as well though. Normally you'd be so far, but if you were in, if you let it in, I'll tell him because we used my sticks last time. Fucking hell. Sticks. Yeah, I'll just stay there. Let me just see how much clearance. If I go just to push it as if it was like that. Just tell me that. If it was like that, how much clearance have you got? A little bit more. A little bit more. But it helps, I know. You know what? The wide shot needs to be this side and 2 goes that side.
Yeah, all both on me.
But yeah, no, you'll be clearer on this side because there's fucking scaffolds anyway like that.
Yeah.
You're better off having a wide shot this side and tight that side.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get into this scaffold mounts up here, Dave. The way because we've been taping the reed back.
There have been lots of matches in the past week, and the ladder is really starting to take shape. Yesterday, the Newcastle Jets hosted a Melbourne Victory. It was an action-packed affair, and let's see how that game unfolded. Gilnick wants to work it centrally. Not dealt with. Lowe picks it off. Rachel Lowe. Robertson, good hands to it. Ball from Gilnick the first time was in the right spot. Robertson just quick off her line to make sure Lowe couldn't get there before her. Apollonia once again in the central area. Beautiful pass to Gilnick. Gilnick on the score sheet. Gilnick getting her 7th of the season. Hasn't scored since round 3. Beating Robertson at her near post. Well worked from Melbourne Victory, getting reward for all of their attacking pressure. Apollonia did well to win the ball off Dundas, and it was a smart pass on the angle. And Gilnick, and she's back on the score sheet, doesn't need many opportunities. Losing out to Hoban, got Jackson alongside her. Tries to slip it through for Lauren Allen. She may be off, but Lauren Allen still with a chance and goal straight at Newbond. Levels a beautiful pass from Sophie Hoban. Beat out Yanchevsky, who went to ground. And Allen tried to poke it. Will this move free up the likes of Nikki Flannery on the opposite side? That ball freed up Chidiac. Now Dapolonia got low through the middle. Flannery there as well. She can get a good ball across and poked through by Rachel Lowe. Right in front of Robinson. Poking it into the far post. Both Allens on the far side. Elects to go to Gooch. Another substitute, sending it across, and there was Lauren Allen charging in, couldn't make the contact. And as far as Claudia Chico, that probably wasn't the highest percentage chance, but it worked out. Hoban turning, Davis, dribbling effort, straight to Newbon. Well protected now, Cass Davis on the edge of the box. Cass Davis tripped up. Advantage played. And the Newcastle crowd asking why was play not stopped, and maybe had Lara Gooch not continued the run, potentially, but Murphy. Dapolonia passing it into the path of Lowe, and there's a big collision. Lowe down. Robertson came out, was brave. Josie Allen. And that ball was continuing to rise. And Morrison and Allen getting all tangled up. Melbourne Victory will now welcome 8 days to recover after playing 3 matches in just 7 days. Their next challenge will see them host Perth on Saturday, the 18th of January. Goal scorer Emily Gilnick looks ahead to this challenge off the back of their 2-0 defeat over the Jets.
I think what's going to be good for us moving forward is just recovering after these big 3 games, but also, you know, nothing feels better than coming off a win and a clean sheet. So I think what we'll do is we'll take that positivity moving into this week. We'll recover well over the next few days and hit the ground running. And like you saw tonight, I think you felt a little bit of like weight off our shoulders, a bit pressure. I actually think we played better than, you know, we played the last couple of games. So hopefully that is like, I don't want to say a turning point, but just, you know, a rebuilding. Starting to rebuild what, you know, is finding our DNA and finding our purpose moving forward, because we felt more fluent, we looked more free, and we played a lot better than we have in the previous few weeks. So we're just looking to build on that, keep it simple, and then come out really strong against Perth. I think it's crucial that, I mean, for me, and I know for Jeff, and I know for the rest of the team, every game is a must-win for us. But I think the most important thing, and we talked about it tonight, it's just performance, and we wanted to have a good performance, and I feel like we did. So we'll try and repeat that against Perth.
Well, if you are a football fan, and we hope you are spoilt for choice this time of the year with the Ninja Ray League schedule jam-packed. Here is what you can expect.
It's football's hottest summer.
Well, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, that is just pretty to watch.
78 games across 28 days.
That is unbelievable.
It's the A-League's biggest summer of football ever.
Oh my goodness, what a strike.
Action-packed fun for everyone these holidays. Family passes start from only $24. Search A-League's tickets online to get your tickets today.
Not yet. I'm just going to see if the bowl will work. Not yet. Probably won't. We can get a level roughly. Next time will be better for the yeah, yeah, before we did it, I thought that was my only to tape it up. That was sitting back here.
balance a little bit? Nah, just let him know.
You're doing a good job, Jack. This is the most difficult thing out of all of them.
Yeah.
You happen to get a good one to start on. It gets easier from here.
And so she gets things underway in the second half, because that's a nice turn to begin on the ball for Wynnum. She tries her luck from distance, a long looping effort, and oh my word, Alyssa Wynnum, there it is, and that's a beautiful hit, and her third ever A-League goal. And what a way to get her side off the mark. I need to ask, your celebrations are almost as good as your finishes. Do you have anything planned, or is that just a really natural reaction? No sorry needed.
No, like honestly, I do that at training as well. You should see our footage. Like I get so much stick for it. I'm just like so surprised and so happy every time I score. So I don't think that's going to change. But I hope I get to a point where I'm scoring so many goals that I don't celebrate like that. But it's just a bit of a laugh right now.
Well, never change.
A great moment there for the Ninja A-League, with Alyssa Wynnum contributing to Wellington's 3-0 defeat on Thursday night over the Wanderers. Wellington, of course, are currently in action right now up against Adelaide United in Adelaide. So you can get 10play up, you can get Paramount Plus up, split screen, watch both games. Don't miss any of the action. But that was a fantastic celebration from Alyssa Wynnum, and that's what you love to see in this competition. Pure joy. Will we see some more joy for any of these players in the second half of football? It's been all joy for the Central Coast Mariners in the first 45. They dominated possession, they dominated the shots, and they're dominating the score sheet at the moment. A lot of work for the Western Sydney Wanderers in this second half. Amy Chisari, a player capable of turning this game, creating something, linking up with her teammates. They need to do a lot. What would the message have been at halftime from Amy Harrison, captain, to the likes of Gemma Ferris, Keely Segovcic, and her attackers going forward, Kush LaRue, Sophie Harding, Talia Yunus. Can they get a strong 45 minutes? Can they get one goal early on to kickstart them? A 2-1 scoreline is such a ominous scoreline in a game. Feel the pressure if you're the side leading, and you feel the momentum if you're a side just a goal down. You can feel like you're certainly capable of doing it. Can Jay Pennick get back on the score sheet? It's been a little while, but we aren't too far away, and the Western Sydney Wanderers have made a halftime substitution with Millie Bennett coming on and replacing Ella Buchanan. And we are underway for the second 45 minutes of football. Evans trying to latch onto that long ball forward, couldn't do it that time. Rowe having to give it back to Danica Matos. Ferris. Harrison under pressure. Price. As they venture forward, Western Sydney Wanderers. First sight of Millie Bennett. Half-time substitute. Playing with danger there, and they're going to be under immediate pressure now. Martin. There's confirmation of the half-time substitutions. And cut off by Amy Harrison. Rue. Back to Kush LaRue now. And Tess Quilligan able to cut it off. And if you did miss the first 45 minutes of football, goal scorers for the Central Coast Mariners as Bianca Galich tripped up by Amy Chisari. 2 goal scorers for the Central Coast Mariners, Brooke Nunn and Tess Quilligan, both getting their first goals of the season and first ever goals in this competition. High ball, Rasmussen just couldn't redirect the ball back across goal. Didn't get in the score sheet, Annalise Rasmussen, but was involved at times getting forward. Almost Evans cutting it off before it could leave the box. Nunn. Really feeling comfortable on the ball today, Brooke Nunn. That's a good ball into the box, but Segevcic rose to it. Matos. Harding. And it looks like they also made another substitution. Amelia Cassar coming on as well. And interestingly enough, big call from Jeff Abrams. Sienna Silvesca taken off at halftime. Look at this cross from Evans. It was perfectly weighted, but Segevcic off her line quickly. Easy catch in the end. And acrobatic move in the box from Talia Younis. Didn't get very close to the ball, but showing off her athleticism. They're gonna have a chance to deliver this ball into the box, Western Sydney Wanderers. And there is Sienna Silvesca, leading goal scorer for the Western Sydney Wanderers this season. Scored a hat-trick previously, taken off at halftime. And clearly, Jeff Abrams, either tactical change or not happy with her performance in the first 45. Has made changes. Hopefully that sparks something. Now we're having a discussion and we're changing the call. It is now the Central Coast Mariners ball.
Get it together, mate. Get it together. You just nodded at me. She's pushed her over.
Jeff Abrams not happy at all with Quilligan. That ball's leading her into danger, but able to redirect. Rowe. And Evans bumping. Matos off the ball, and it's going to be brought back. Evans has been involved a fair few times in this game, physically imposing her will, making sure she's felt, and that one just spinning Matos around. Younis. Price spending a little bit too much time on the ball, didn't realise the pressure was that close. And Cassar losing out. It'll go to the Mariners.
She's got to make decisions as well, and it's come off them.
Harrison searching for Kassar. Rowe in a foot race. And touch taken, and goal kick it is.
Yeah, go on, right. Push the lines up. Push the lines up. Cass, narrow first. Narrow first. Push narrow first, and then go. Good. Go, go, go. Cass, closer. Cass, block the full one first.
Good turn away.
All right, slide. Cass, tuck in. Tuck in.
Ray.
Well done.
Bring it down. And that ball is just watched over the line eventually. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Let's go. Same again.
Push LaRue disagreeing with the call. But if the Central Coast Mariners are able to get a win this afternoon, it'll be their first ever victory over the Western Sydney Wanderers in this competition. There's only ever been 2 other previous meetings, and they both occurred last season. First one, the Wanderers winning 3-0. Second one, at the start of 2024, it was a 2-1 victory for the Western Sydney Wanderers. So obviously when the Central Coast Mariners were initially in this competition, the Wanderers hadn't been introduced yet. Not a lot of history in this fixture. Only their 3rd ever meeting.
Do it quick. Do it quick.
Up. Keep coming. Keep coming.
Wanderers still searching for their first shot on target since the opening 10 minutes.
Look at the picture. On goal kick, look at the picture.
Pennick. Evans had just vacated that space. Eunice trying to switch it out. Asking for the run of Kush LaRue, but Martin mops it up. Rowe saw the free player in Galich. It is one of Bianca Galich's skills, is she'll feel the contact, but able to keep possession. And they've lost out now to the Wanderers. Sophie Harding out wide. Can she get the good delivery into this box? It's floating. Langman had to reach a long way back. And she caught it.
Come on, next job. Come on, next job.
It's an inviting ball. If there was somebody behind Langman, certainly think she would have felt a little bit nervy. And she took that grab, making sure she held it the whole way down.
Pricey, adjust. Pricey, get on the ball.
Quilligan.
All right, wait till you get set. Wait. When you're ready. Talia, start with serve. Talia. Cass, go.
Spina.
Don't get done.
Better probably starts the second half for this Western Sydney Wanderers side. They've gone forward a few more times. They just have to keep their defensive shape and try and break up as many passes forward from the Central Coast Mariners. Can't allow them to feel confident on the ball. None. Evans couldn't return the favour. Chasari poked away. Rasmussen can attack the space left behind. Rasmussen well wide, and Sekovcic is as you like. Space to attack, but she was just forced very wide with Amy Harrison just right in front of her. Jasari, Price. Options up ahead, plays it shorter. Matos forced back with Evans forcing her back.
Good shake, good shake.
You can just see the space that Shay Evans has occupied, making sure that Wanderers weren't allowed to play that short pass, and now the mistake is caused by them having to play long. Really good defensive positioning from Shay Evans. Pennick tried to wait for the ball from Nunn and just didn't arrive. Nunn. Evans. Nunn called for it in the spot. Got it right there. Slipping and sliding is the defence of the Western Sydney Wanderers. The cross came in. Segovcic, good hands. Brooke Nunn has been really good this game. Forced Price to the ground. But just the spaces she's picked up in this game to receive the ball, to get the Mariners on their way, attacking-wise. Really good link-up play. It's been one of her best games this season, particularly on the ball. Martin.
Step the line. Talia, no. Wait, till it's set.
And that slipping through. Rue. Jasari. Ferris going to be under pressure from Evans. Contact wasn't clean. Rowe. Nash under pressure by her teammates. That pass needed to be better, and Jess Nash saying, how was that not a foul? You can yell as much as you like. Call's not going to be changed, as Eunice just certainly put a lot of pressure. It was very physical, that battle.
Start your feet if it comes out.
That's a flat ball, headed down. Poked away. Eunice. Cross in. That's good. Langman was taken out. And the free kick is going to be awarded. It's a good cross from Talia Eunice, but Sophie Harding, I think she realised as she was in the air she wasn't going to get in there in time. And it's a half-hearted, I didn't do anything, ref.
All right, just go down when you're done. Press on, go! Yeah, go!
Price. Jasari up against Nash and running out of space, it looked like, for a moment, and that's what it was. She did run out of space. And Jasari just giving a little bit too much of the ball forward, and I think that second touch didn't help her very much.
Come on, ref, let's go.
Obviously, Western Sydney Wanderers only that one shot on target, and that's not particularly surprising when you think about the side they're facing in the Central Coast Mariners. They've sit 10th. Sorry, don't really allow that many shots on target. They sit first, sorry, in the competition with goals conceded per game. They're only averaging 1.1 goals. They're a very lockdown side. It's not just their back four, even though they've had a lot of changes with that. It's their defensive shape as a side. They're really, really disciplined. Em Husband has done a magnificent job with this side, and that's why they're able to keep in touch with the top six, as there looked to be a foul, but not called. ball out. Langman, experience, saw it, allowed her side to release forward quickly. Nunn sliding for it, winning it. Rasmussen, Nunn, back to Rasmussen, working it on the edge of the box. Martin looked to be offside, and the flag hasn't gone up, but the Wanderers take the ball away. Her husband must be really, really happy so far with their side's performance. They've been very disciplined, they've been very composed, and they've created chances going forward, something that they've really struggled with in recent weeks. Being a real threat. Mariners. There's 5 shots on target, as spoke about in that first half. They've already, by that 30-minute mark, and more shots on target than they average per game.
So, next job, come on.
That's okay, back out, well done.
Evans coming in late. Really making contact, Shay Evans. That was very, very late. As now Sarah Jones calls it back, but
Late challenge, Sam.
that
Watch the game.
was very late. She did not make any contact with the ball at all. Evans coming in and taking Ferris out. But on the replay, maybe her planted foot that makes the contact. She didn't swing through as it initially looked. Shay Evans having a chat to Gemma Ferris. She's a little upset, obviously. And just a really physical contest in this game, and Gemma Ferris has had a tough afternoon and did not like that. Just take a look at that as Evans just came in and just took her planted foot out. Initially, probably looked worse than it did on the replay. But probably should have certainly been a free kick for the Wanderers, but they're not going to be awarded with that as Brooke Nunn departs the field of play. And Greta Krasula now wants the field of play. And Annalise Rasmussen. Annalise Rasmussen is now off the field of play, replaced by Tiana Fuller. And Mariners getting the ball back at the restart of play. Some discussion from both coaches, both benches about who gets the ball, where they get the ball. But eventually we get the play going. That's all that matters. All things considered, with the delay we had to start this game, the rain has not come to the party. Maybe the invitation got lost in the mail. Not quite sure what happened, but it hasn't arrived just yet. Hopefully it doesn't. You know, nobody wants a gate crasher. Ray, and that ball's picked off in the middle of the park, but immediately won back. Quilligan. Galich, how was she able to just keep the ball even for the slight amount of time that she did as she went to ground? So impressive, Bianca Galich. winning duels all the time. There's certainly a trip in the box. I am quite surprised that a penalty has not been called. Harrison did look to trip Bianca Galich, even if it was accidental. She was certainly tripped up. Maybe is there a call that it was outside the box? It may have just been one step out, but Galich was certainly tripped up even as she went forward. And now the referee is going to have a discussion with the linesman to see if it was indeed a penalty. And it does look like they are going to award a penalty. It's just having a discussion, talking about it.
Goalkeeper only. Only applies to the goalkeeper. You can't send the goalkeeper to give a pen. That's not right. You get free kick and red.
And
should be a red. She's the last man.
Yeah, make sure it's the right decision then, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Let's just
And Amy Harrison tripped up Bianca Galich. And now Harrison has been awarded a yellow card. And it does look like they're going to go. And it is potentially a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. That's why, obviously commonly known as Dogso, denying a chance for Bianca Galich to get on to the end of the ball. And now she steps up. Can she make it a third? It was certainly accidental from Harrison, but Galich was clean on goal. She probably would have got to the ball first. And the foul was being committed initially. Referee Sarah Jones didn't think it was a foul, but after discussion with the lineswoman, the call has been made. The Central Coast Mariners from the spot. Can they make it a third? Bianca Galich. Segicic in goals. Takes a deep breath. Settles herself. And slots it away. And there's the third for the Central Coast Mariners. Unfortunate for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Not how they would have wanted the second half to go. Bianca Galich was fouled. Bianca Galich slots it away. Cool, calm, collected from the captain. Segicic went the right way, outstretched arm, but it was perfectly placed by Bianca Galich. But it is because of a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity from Amy Harrison. Yellow card is given. Ray, that ball slipped behind her. Lucky there was a defence there to protect her. And they may be through here. Shay Evans, that ball sits up. And Evans with a second effort. Did it come off the arm? Maybe, maybe not. Play continues either way. Evans probably should have scored or at least got it closer to goal. But Segicic came quick off her line and ultimately did all she needed to do to block the path of that ball as it veered closer to the back of the net. Spinning, trying to win these duels. Eunice pulled, dragged, finding a teammate. And Cassar pushed Laroon out. This young Western Sydney Wanderers side, what can they do? What can they find? Can they step up? That's a good ball into the box, headed away though. only as far as Chisari, and Langman seeing it through. These kids are doing bottle flips at the back of the goals. Evans maybe rushed the first, had more time. She probably thought to maybe find a teammate and look up. She just had all eyes for the goals.
She's coming off for a sub.
And we're going to see a substitution. Amy Harrison, captain of the Western Sydney Wanderers, going to depart the field of play for Enna Harada. Japanese national Enna Harada back into the game. And it is Danica Matos who will wear the captain's armband now. Certainly not pleased with the refereeing this afternoon. The Western Sydney Wanderers, and probably more unhappy. Sure. As the game goes on and you're down, those decisions just feel a little heavier, a little more upsetting. There's confirmation there. Enna Harada on for Amy Harrison. We'll see another substitution. This time, Peter Trimmers for the Central Coast Mariners coming on for Shay Evans. She may have not scored, but she's very disruptive. And you can hear the cheers from her bench applauding her efforts on the afternoon and the night now. Trimmers' first impact. Galich scored the penalty to make it 3-0. It all started very early on in the first half for Emma Husband's side. It's Brooke Nunn in the 10th minute. Picked off some poor play out from the back from the Western Sydney Wanderers. Her first goal of the season. Don't know if she knew too much about it in the end as it found the back of the net. And then Tess Quilligan, 23 minutes into the game. Deflected around, able to loop it over the keeper. Got her first goal ever in the competition. As they're making their way through row. Couldn't get the header, Goldwood Galich. And then Bianca Galich, 69 minutes penalty. Amy Harrison, a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Can they create a goal-scoring opportunity now, the Wanderers? So they slip it through, beats Ray, finds Harding's feet, but she can't find the ball quick enough to release it. Out by Bennett. Cross goes in. Eunice is there, heads it back, Goldwood. Can they get another effort? Cassar Bundled over. Pennick. Trimis. It was a good cross and an even better header across from Eunice to get something on it to send it back centrally. Just nobody on the end to latch onto it. And that effort from Matos is well wide.
Well done, team. Well done. Fight there. Well done. Go again.
Price not able to get her foot to wrap around and then send it to Sophie Harding. Tough afternoon for Jessica Nash, Matilda's captain. He's such an excellent young defender, so composed. Spent time at Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory. And now, first season at the Central Coast Mariners. Martin. Quilligan. Quilligan. Ray. Gonna play it down off the ball. We are gonna get the play eventually stopped. And there is blood coming out of the eye there of Amy Cesari. She does not look to be in a good way at all. Take a look at how that came to be. Quilligan just with an elbow to the face. We saw an earlier hand in the face from it was Bianca Galich on Sophie Harding. That didn't draw any blood, but this one certainly did. And Amy Cesari has just got blood streaming from the side of her eye. It is not to look to be in a good way. Talia Eunice getting instruction. And just look at that once again. Certainly wasn't intentional and just lifted her elbow slightly up, Quilligan, and Cesari chasing her down. Just unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's really not a nice feeling for the young player. Cesari, only 20 years of age, that's it's gonna leave a slight little scar. So got Bronte True warming up. Most likely see her come on maybe if they can't stop the bleeding, and there's gonna be a nasty bruise to go with that scar as well. Yeah. So obviously very accidental as Quilligan goes there to apologise. Never intending to harm anyone, but you can see that there, that knock on her face, and not a good feeling at all for the youngster. Probably might be the end of her afternoon. She'll head off, and we'll see. And there is substitution for Central Coast Mariners in the meantime. Leah Puxty coming on to replace Sarah Rowe. A good shift from Rowe. Another start, another good performance. Steady. Sarah Rowe, obviously, coming from the Collingwood Football Club. The AFLW was a real star for them as Cesari just wipes away those tears. It's got to hurt, got to sting.
Not yet, not yet. Keep doing what you've been doing.
She's going to walk around and she's probably going to get subbed off. Missoula. Trimis. Playing with fire. Have to be careful in this area, Western Sydney Wanderers. Kassar. Headed down, but only as far as Liv Price. Searching, finding Matos. Cleared for good measure. And there is the confirmation of that substitution. Amy Chisari replaced by the only remaining outfield player in Bronte True. So True now on to play this last 8 or so minutes plus added time. Hopefully Amy Chisari is all okay after that. That's Trimis clearing it, and obviously disappointed for her afternoon to, or her evening now, to end that way. It's a long walk around the pitch. Disappointing.
Well done.
Ferris. Rue sending it out. Losing the flight of the ball momentarily was Bronte True.
Talia, drop! Go, Talia.
Missoula. Galich. There's a run available. Elected to go with Pennick. Maybe could have gone wider. Puxty. Trimis. Puxty out wide, and Trimis's touch was too heavy. Western Sydney Wanderers gone this game out of shot on target so far. And as I mentioned at the start of this broadcast, they are a side who are very much all or nothing when it comes to goals. They scored 4 goals against Melbourne Victory. It was a 4-4 draw. Scored 5 goals, their best game of the season against Western United, a 5-1 victory. And could they get a goal this afternoon with Sophie Harding? Tries to switch it, but it's headed down and headed into the path of Jess Nash, who finds Peter Trimis. A young Matilda teammate. Kasula didn't win that battle.
Next job.
Those are the kinds of games that Western Sydney Wanderers have had in terms of goals. They've had, at the start of the season, a 2-2 draw with Newcastle Jets. And Amy Harrison scored in that goal against Perth Glory, but they have gone 7 games this season without getting on the score sheet. That is a very alarming stat, particularly with the threat that they had last season in Sophie Harding. They're a counter-attacking side, but they were getting some success, and there's a slight tangle there as Kush LaRue went. She was trying to get up, ended somehow back on the ground. LaRue certainly fouled. And now it's a drop ball. It's a very strange sequence of events that's just occurred in this game, but play will continue. Ball into the box. Trimis rises. Trimis did the best she could with that. She's not the tallest player on the park, but somehow got something on it. Krasula lifting it over, finding Martin, who would just ventured ever so slightly offside.
Underneath.
There you go, 50-50. B, 50-50.
As Eunice was tripped up. Trimis. Krasula. Nash. Quilligan. Ray sitting in the center of the fence today. Done an excellent job. One of the benefits for her husband having someone like Taylor Ray is she makes the right decision. She's so good with the ball at her feet and finding a teammate. You see with that pass to Quilligan. She's going to be a good partner for Jess Nash in the middle. And with a really good defensive structure they have as a side, it allows you to feel a little bit more relaxed and a lot calmer about having to make those changes in the center of your defensive partnership. Had to change their fullbacks at times as well. But for the most part, this side is really, really compact. And they defend very, very well as a unit. That ball's just almost looked like it was in between a few, but Langman is using her experience, and Buxley just very lucky ultimately actually not to roll her ankle as she looked like she stepped on the ball and rolled it. Harada. Ray. Krasula. Galich. Run's been made. Run has been found. Chance to go for goal. Lifted over to deny a fourth goal scorer. It was Fuller who took the effort, and Segevcic able to lift it over the bar. And there is that scar. And from Amy Cesari, she just peered back. You saw it for a glimpse. Gonna be a big bruise. It's gonna need a lot of ice. And it does look like as we near the end of the 90, it'll be 4 minutes added on, but this high looping ball to the far post, not dealt with just yet. Not dealt with very well at the moment. Brought down by Pennick. Ray. Eunice.
Work, Bronte! Work, Bronte!
Hoxie, drop! Hoxie, drop!
Come out with the 6, hey! Step on with the 6! Good, Cass, that'll be you. Go on, slide forward.
Again! Hoxie, again!
Push higher! We'll slide across. Millie Bennett's out there, higher! Higher!
Right. And this needs to be calmly dealt with, and it is. So, following this game, it doesn't get much easier for the Western Sydney Wanderers. They're going to face Melbourne City at home. City coming off that 2-0 victory over the Brisbane Roar last night at Amy Park. They got their job done very early on and didn't allow the Roar many other chances. And following this, for the Central Coast Mariners, they're up against Sydney FC away. A game that be interesting. Both sides are struggling in front of goal. Obviously, Central Coast Mariners a little bit different today, getting 3 goals in front. So can that momentum carry them against the Sydney FC side, who at the start of the season we thought top 6 easily? It's been a different sort of season. They're going to have to really kick into overdrive to make that top 6. Eunice playing it quickly. Harada closed down by Fuller. Pennick. Fuller running alongside her. Pennick wants to go centrally. Pennick wants to find the run of Bianca Galich, but couldn't do so that time. But they will be rewarded with a corner. Taylor Ray take this one. Will they play it short, try to waste some time? Obviously, they've got a 3-goal advantage. No real. Doesn't feel like a lot of immediate threat. They'll concede these 3 points they've earned. Far post it goes. High ball. Back towards goal. And Segovcic collects it quickly. And that's probably need to take a little bit more time with that. Trimmis is able to turn. And Trimmis had been veered offside. Kasula. Galich taken out. And play goes on. Amy Cassar making her presence felt. That ball sent centrally. Eunice with the effort. Couldn't have hit an arm. Doesn't matter. Finds the net. And it's going to be called back. No, it's not. It is a consolation goal for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Liv Price on the score sheet. Could there have been an initial call for a handball? It was a dangerous ball into the box, not dealt with by Krasula. Eunice took an ambitious strike, and then Price with the follow-up effort. Thunderous into the back of the net. And it's 3-1 for the Central Coast Mariners, a consolation goal for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Not too long left in this game. Frustrating afternoon for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Promising signs for the Central Coast Mariners in front of goal. Would be disappointed to not keep a clean sheet, but all things considered, it's been an impressive effort.
Go, let's go, let's go, up, up. Come on, Soph.
Langman is closed down. Will they get a chance to make it a second? We've gone past the allotted 4 minutes. It's all up to the referee now. And Langman take a few more seconds off the clock.
Stay. Roxy, have a look. Charlie, have a look.
But there is the full-time whistle at the Wanderers Football Park. It is the visitors, Central Coast Mariners, who walk away with all 3 points. Tess Quilligan there on screen, very happy. Her first ever goal. Bianca Galich from the spot made it 3-0. Brooke Nunn got the scoring underway. A good performance from the captain in Bianca Galich, a strong performance from her side. Amy Chisari is going to walk away with this game with not the 3 points, but a scar and a story to tell. Scar and a bruise, you can see that right under her eye. So hopefully that heals up all good for her. But it was a physical battle, a physical game. Lots of impressive things for Em Husband to take away, some things to improve for the Western Sydney Wanderers. But at the Wanderers Football Park, it ends. Western Sydney Wanderers 1, Central Coast Mariners 3. And take a look at how it all unfolded in this game. This is how the scoring got started in the 10th minute. Nunn applied the pressure to Ferris. Ferris said, let my goalkeeper help me out. And then Segovcic just passed it straight into the path of Brooke Nunn, who was ready and waiting, and slotted it